What is going on? Welcome back to another video. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we're going to take a look at my dividend income for the month of December and a few other things like my contributions this month to my portfolio. So I'm going to be reading off of this notepad, so please don't mind that, but let's get into it. So the current balance of my portfolio is $22,845.74, and I'm down about 3.3% in the past month, which is slightly less than the S&P. S&P is down about 4% last I checked. So far this month, I've invested $950 in this portfolio. Of this 950, 625 went into SPY. I bought 1.61 shares. $60 were invested in Prospect Capital. I bought 8.3 shares. $150 were invested in SPHD. This is another one of my favorite ETFs. I bought 3.38 shares, and $90 were invested in SPYD, similar to SPHD. I bought 2.243 shares. So that's just a brief overview of my portfolio, but let's go ahead and take a look at the dividends. Ticker symbol SPYD paid me $11.95 for owning 23.55 shares. SPYD is an ETF that tracks 80 high yield stocks from the S&P. In case you're wondering, this is what their sector distribution looks like. They're very heavy in the financial sector, which is why they're able to pay a high dividend. And these are their top 10 holdings. What I really like is they're really diversified. There isn't a lot of capital in one specific holding. So if one company fails, the fund isn't going to be impacted too much by it. So similar to SPYD, I also own Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF. I have 7.95 shares for which they paid me 7.75. They paid 97 cents per share. This is similar to SPYD because they're also focused on high dividend yield specifically. And then their top 10 holdings include really solid companies that I like individually as well, like Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Home Depot, you name it. Coca-Cola paid me a $4.15 dividend for owning 9.42 shares. Amount paid per share is 44 cents. So the next company that paid me a dividend is Prospect Capital. Prospect Capital is a business development company. They invest in private businesses. Prospect Capital is one of my favorite stocks to hold in this portfolio. They paid me a $7.47 dividend this month. I own about 124 shares, and per share it comes out to about 6 cents. So a thing to note is that they pay a monthly dividend, so I really like the compound effect happening in real time. I also received a $5.76 dividend from Johnson & Johnson for 5.09 shares. Amount paid per share is $1.13. The next one is my favorite dividend payment. It's ticker symbol SPHD. This is S&P's high dividend but also low volatility ETF. They paid me $4.36 for owning 30.36 shares. In terms of sectors, they're heavily invested in real estate and utilities, which I really like. One of their top 10 holdings is AT&T. I'm not a big fan of AT&T specifically, but that is fine. Other than that, their top 10 holdings are great. McDonald's also paid me a dividend. They paid me $3.41 for owning 2.24 shares. They pay $1.52 per share. Realty Income is another good one. They paid me a dividend of $3.31 for owning 13.33 shares. The amount paid per share here is 24 cents. So important thing to note is that they're a real estate investment trust, and they also pay a monthly dividend. So these are dividend payments from stocks that I am going to be owning and keeping for a long time, and also will be investing more into most of these going forward. But I also received some dividend payments from stocks that I'm planning on selling once the market is back up. These I'm including separately because I don't plan on keeping them for a long time. I don't like these companies specifically, or ETFs, whatever the case might be. They just haven't performed very well, and I'm looking to ditch them. So I also received dividends from Intel, CWB, JNK, STIV, Metaverse, IDV, Bank of America, and Vanguard's emerging market fund. And some of these are fine. I don't have any issues with the companies or ETFs, but I just don't want to allocate my capital into them anymore. These are all the dividend payments for the month of December. The total comes out to 69.37 cents for this month specifically. So next month I'm expecting about $90, which is nice because I'm closing in on the $100 mark. And it's always good to see your passive income grow, even though this is a really slow growth and slow method. But I'm currently investing about $1,000 per month in this portfolio, but I might increase it just because the market currently is down, which I personally see that as a good opportunity to buy. So that's why I try to pick up a few shares here and there every single week consistently, just because you're not going to be able to nail that price or nail the bottom, so to speak, all the time, right? Sometimes you might be able to. But lastly, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.